Zombie games offer an exciting and challenging survival experience. Players must use their skills and resources to survive hordes of bloodthirsty undead. This combination of action, suspense, and horror makes zombie games incredibly engaging. That's why today I'm bringing you the best zombie games that are coming out in 2024 and 2025. State of Decay 3 takes place in a post-apocalyptic future where civilization has been destroyed by a zombie outbreak. Players take control of a group of survivors who must work together to build a community and survive the dangers of the world. The game is set in Virginia, United States, and features a larger and more diverse world than the previous games in the series. Players will be able to explore cities, forests, and mountains, and find a variety of resources and dangers. Welcome to ParadiZe is an action-adventure game set in a zombie-infested world. You can control zombies by capturing them and teaching them to fight or farm. They will help you defend your camp as you explore the world in search of a new paradise. Blight Survival takes place in an alternate medieval world, where a cruel war is ravaging the continent. In the midst of this chaos, a new plague spreads, turning the dead into bloodthirsty monsters. Players take on the role of a group of survivors who must band together to find the source of the plague and destroy it. To do this, they will need to explore a dangerous world filled with perils, including enemy soldiers, undead creatures, and deadly traps. Projekt Z is set in World War II, but with a sci-fi twist. The story begins when a Nazi experiment goes wrong and releases a horde of zombies into the world. Players take control of a group of soldiers who must fight for survival in the midst of this zombie apocalypse. The game promises to be quite a challenge. The zombies are fast and ferocious, and players will need to use all of their skills to survive. In addition, the environment is also a risk factor, with devastated cities and zombie-infested forests. An alien creature called Stardust contaminated the Earth, transforming humans into monstrous creatures called aberrants. The few survivors that remained became metahumans, beings that managed to survive the contamination and gain supernatural powers. It is in this apocalyptic setting that Once Human takes place.
But what if human perception and reality intertwine, shaping while also being shaped by each other? Take a deep breath and tell me, is there a butterfly dancing? Do you feel the desire to describe, define, and even capture it? I've never seen a dancing butterfly. Repeat after me, word by word, aloud or silently in your head. ever seen a dancing butterfly? Then close your eyes and wait until I count to 3.
Toxic Commando is a cooperative first-person shooter game for 4 players. Players take control of one of 4 members of the Toxic Commando, a team of mercenaries specialized in dealing with supernatural threats. It is a first-person narrative-driven survival horror game. The player takes on the role of an FBI agent sent to investigate a series of brutal murders in a small town. Throughout the story, the player must uncover the truth behind the bloody madness that has taken place.
Found some sort of administrative room. It's a total mess here.
Shit. They were really rushing out of there, weren't they? Alright, head to the dome. It might be your only way down.
Long Gone is a 2.5D adventure and platformer game inspired by old adventure games. The game takes place in an old, abandoned suburban neighborhood decades after an outbreak. You play as a survivor who is searching for supplies and uncovering secrets through the forgotten belongings of the people who once lived in this neighborhood. Showa American Story is set in a post-apocalyptic world where the United States has become an unofficial colony of Japan. The story follows Choco, a teenage girl who has been mysteriously resurrected from the dead. She sets out on a journey to find her sister and discover what caused the apocalypse.
The night's young, it has just begun.
Kingdom. The Blood is set in the Joseon era during a zombie pandemic. Players can use a variety of weapons and abilities to fight against the zombies. The game also features a progression system that allows players to improve their characters and abilities. Outbreak Island is a survival horror game with detective elements that puts you in the shoes of a protagonist who must survive on a mysterious island that has been taken over by bloodthirsty monsters. The story takes place on Rosen Island, which was the site of a mysterious experiment that drove the local population mad. Now you are the only survivor, and you must use your investigative and survival skills to discover Nobody's Left is an action-adventure game developed by Madrain Studio. The game is set in a post-apocalyptic city after a war, where ordinary people can no longer be ordinary, and the art of adaptation is necessary for survival. The game has an emotional and engaging narrative that will immerse you in the story. Stalker 2, Heart of Chornobyl is the sequel to one of the most critically acclaimed first-person shooters of all time, Stalker, Shadow of Chernobyl. The game was developed by GSC Game World, a Ukrainian developer, and is scheduled to be released on September 5, 2024 for Xbox Series and PC. The game is set in the Chernobyl exclusion zone, a radioactive and dangerous area that was sealed off after the 1986 nuclear disaster. Players take on the role of a stalker, an adventurer who enters the zone in search of riches, artifacts, or simply to survive. Echoes of the Living tells the story of a young woman named Sarah, who investigates a mysterious incident at an abandoned military installation. Along the way, she will face a variety of deadly creatures, including zombies, mutant monsters, and evil spirits. The game is presented from a third-person perspective with fixed cameras, a classic style that was popularized by games like Resident Evil and Silent Hill. The environments are fully 3D and provide a fully immersive experience. Nakwon, Last Paradise is a third-person zombie survival game set in a post-apocalyptic version of Seoul, South Korea. The player controls a survivor who must find food, water, and shelter to survive in a world overrun by zombies.